There's a report today about a phone company called Hii Com in the BBC, and it seems to cut a long story short. Its salespeople offer one price, but the documentation, the extensive documentation that you sign, means that you're locked into a deal with other companies and you're paying significantly more. And the phones which you are effectively renting then are actually worth very little for the amount of money that you're paying. That's a broad summary of, I think, what is being presented. The problem is we have all these ombudsman organisations and help organisations, and really they don't cover every part of the business that we do every day. So, for example, if you go and stay in a hotel and you're not a tourist, you don't really have any comeback. You can go to the hotel and you can demand your money back. They may not offer it. You can go to hotels.com, through which you organised the stay, and they'll give you vouchers to use them again, or be very petulant. And I stayed in a hotel a while ago which was infested with bugs, bed bugs, where the bathroom door had got a hole in it, where the night lights, where the lights by the side of the bed were badly wired, so they were constantly flickering. I called for help. I was told I didn't call hotels.com, therefore I don't really qualify for help. I called for help from the hotel. Somebody came up, tried to fix the lights, realised they couldn't, said they would leave a message for me to get some sort of refund in the morning. This was 10:30 at night. And I thought, oh, well, I can go to the council, or I can go to the ombudsman. The council doesn't have a department that deals with it. The ombudsman doesn't represent hotels. And then I read this stuff about the this Hii Com representatives, salespeople, offering what appears to be a scam. And it's really shocking. These are not the only situations out there. And it seems shocking that we should have all these so-called support systems, but they don't exist for everything. And the dodgy operators are well aware of the fact that, you know, you can be encouraged to sign something that is too complex for you to read while being pressed by the salespeople. And even if you did read it, you probably wouldn't understand most of it. And the blunt truth is, it's about deceit. We need to get back to an idea in this country where things can be done with a sense of honour. Instead, we've got a business sector which is trying to cheat and succeeding because there are holes in the support that we offer. Just the same way as, you know, if you get robbed, or you're not going to get much police support because there is an assumption you have insurance. But insurance doesn't always cover everything. I think a little honesty from all parts of our society would help greatly in convincing people that this is worth pursuing, that it's worth investing time, energy and effort in Britain. Because it doesn't seem to me that there's very much that's positive about our country at the moment. It's a country which is dominated by arrogance and grabbing from the government down. And I contacted my local council about a year ago because I got knocked over by a bicycle which was charging down the pavement. Not only do bicycles continue to charge down the pavement, I saw a local councillor today who came to my house. And I'd seen him when he was scouting for election. And I told him about this then. And he didn't seem to do very much. But he's now told me that I've made a convincing case. I'm grateful to be told that. And he said that the bicycles, among other things, were something that the council was contacting the police about. Well, I was thinking, well, it's not really the police's issue. The issue is the council, because people have no idea now whether or not they're allowed to ride their bike on the pavement or whether they're not. It's not clear that the pavement hasn't been designated for bikes and pedestrians. I've stopped a number of people, and a number of people have stopped me simply because they recognise me for a chat while riding their bikes on the pavement. And the reality is that pavement is not designated for bikes. And I had to look up the highway code to find out whether or not bikes were allowed on the pavement. They're not. It's up to the council to put some signage up saying that this is not a bike track. And it's just desultory that you ring up for help and nobody bothers. Nobody bothers. It's just time consuming. And it's frustrating. And in the end you think, what is the point? I'd love to know what you think works in Britain at the moment. Rather like, tell me the benefits of Brexit. I would be fascinated.